The front is an email client for businesses. So you've heard of email, but the problem is that traditional email hasn't really evolved in the past 15 years. It's still the same thing. And one of the problems is that it's really a one-one channel. So it's made with the assumption that you're sending an email to a well-identified person. And unfortunately, that often isn't the case. Like, you will email a support team and it's really hard for this team to coordinate and to find an answer. And even if you're not like in a very identified use cases, there are plenty of cases where you want to forward this email and make sure that the other person will own your email. You want to leave an audit trail. So what we did with Front is rebuild an email platform for teams first. We were struggling a lot with email, and so both my co-founder and I, Mathilde and I, had this issue because we run small, tight teams. And what happened was that when the team was small enough, email would work great. And as the team grew, we had to introduce tools like a dedicated support system, tools to manage applicants. And these tools are great to collaborate, but they do not communicate with each other. And so you have to trade, you have to introduce silos within your organization, and suddenly your support team only sees this piece of data and no one else does. And so we struggled so much with it that eventually we decided to build a company to solve this problem. Working with AWS means that we can release 10 times a day. We can not worry too much about backups, and we can spend more time delivering new features to our customers. Two interesting things we launched recently. When you have Front, you have licenses for your customers, for your users, but you might not want, like some users will use Front as their main work tool. They will spend 8 hours a day in Front, and others will just like answer a conversation here and there. And now you have the ability to add light users that have access to less content, but that carry a lesser price. Another cool thing is that you can invite people to a Front conversation even if they don't have a Front account at all. So for example, we were reviewing changes to our privacy policy like 2 weeks ago. We had to involve our lawyers, and we could invite them to this one conversation. They could review drafts, comment, and leave an audit trail. And it was just this one conversation, and we didn't have to invite them to our organization. So it's two things that we introduced recently that I think are interesting.